It is a Tori story. And thank you so much for allowing me to share. Listen, you guys, I was the person who I wasn't skeptical, but I said no to this opportunity and wearing the patch for over a year. And you might be sitting here thinking that same thing. Does this really work? Or I don't know. For whatever reason, my husband finally convinced me to order the patches after begging me. I put the patches on, didn't know what they were going to do because in my mind, I really didn't have anything that I needed to fix. However, that was so far from the truth. After wearing the patches the first month, didn't really notice anything, but I was kind of in zombie mode of life, just the repeat button over and over and over, Groundhog Day. Thank goodness I simply just had the patches to wear. Second month, didn't feel anything. Didn't even know if anything was changing, with the exception I had a little hair growing out of my mole that was gray and it had turned back brown. And I was like, looky there, the patches must be working. But I was really kind of making fun of it because I really still didn't know what was happening. It was the third month that I went to the doctor. I had skin cancer on my eye for the past 5 years. And when I told my husband, Jason, that, they want to do surgery, I was petrified of surgery. And he goes, why don't you put a patch on it? And I was like, what the heck? I'll put a sticker on my face. So that's what I did. And in 24 hours, the look of the tissue had changed drastically. And within about 2 weeks' time, the prominent growth that was on my eye was almost completely flat. Now, that amazed me in itself. And that's what made me start singing like a canary, that this wasn't just some placebo. All right. So other things that I started to notice that I didn't know needed to change. I used to have no vision at night. I was blinded. I couldn't see through the street lights, the headlights, and it was very scary for me to drive. On month 3, my eye vision completely cleared, where I no longer have crazy blindness at night. And then on month 4, I was sitting there. I've had digestive issues for years. And, it's funny because I used to tell myself prior to starting the patch, I was like, I wonder if this patch could help me. And I was like, man, that would be an absolute dream come true if it did. You guys, I was petrified because it had gotten to the point where the digestive issues were so bad. I was getting sick on a daily basis. I was scared that I was going to get a diagnosis that nobody would ever want to hear. I was like, I've got to take care of this. So it was about month 5 that I went to the doctor, had scans, and he came in there and the doctor says, your scans are completely clear. I can tell there was a little bit of redness in your esophagus, but it looks to be healing and you're fine. Colonoscopy, endoscopy. And I literally just sat there and cried because I knew that these patches were doing what I needed it to do. And here's the thing, I didn't even realize that I had stopped getting sick. It's like some of those daily things that I had dealt with, they were a part of my life. Until then, they were part of my life. And then I didn't realize it until I sat down to truly think about it. And then on month 6, the pain in my jaw where I needed dental work, and I didn't get dental work done because I couldn't afford it. And I didn't want to go to the dentist. I was quite scared. And all of a sudden, all of the dental work, or all of the pain that I'd had for months, the sensitivity, I couldn't eat on my right side, was gone. I mean, I have full range of hot, cold. I can chew on that side. I mean, the pain was completely gone, and my wrinkles. So this past about 45 days ago, I ended up having the skin cancer removed because I didn't want to be foolish, and I didn't want to just pretend. I didn't know what was happening underneath. And so I was like, let me just get it removed, get it taken care of. And I was like, but I know that these patches are going to help with the healing process. So I became a sticker face again at night. And you can see, if you guys can see this, it's been about 45 days since I had a quarter-sized chunk taken out of my face with about an eighth of an inch deep. that was sewn together. Jason says it was much deeper than that. And like, you can't even hardly see that there was anything done because of how well the tissue healed in record time. And when I say it's incredible, you know, you have nothing unless you have your health. But the reality is I had gone into the workforce a year ago. First time that I had to work outside of my home. And this is where, you know, as grateful as I am to have my health back, praise Jesus, but my heart was broken because I was working over 50 hours a week, and I it was something that I had to do in the current circumstances, but I didn't want to do it because now I was sacrificing all of my time away from my children and my husband every single weekend. And the reality is when I stepped in to start sharing, I saw other people having results, having incredible opportunity happening, life-changing income. And I still kind of just, I didn't pay attention. And I'm telling you tonight, you need to pay attention, because once I started opening my eyes to the power of this patch, and even more so now, the power of this opportunity, in 5 weeks' time, because I've been singing like a canary, and with a pinky's worth of effort until here recently, because we have a system here in place that, you know, you've heard people talk about there's a system, there's a system, there's a system. It just simply means that you are never going to be doing this alone. And if you reach out to the person that's sharing this with you, they will help you. And that's what my sponsor did. I didn't have the time. Okay, there's a lot of people that might say, I don't have time to do this. I did not have time to do this. And that was my biggest excuse. But it was the biggest reason that I needed to do this. And I just plugged people into the system, invited them on Zooms, plugged them into my sponsor. And in 5 months of building this business, in the last 4 weeks, I have been able to earn $12,025 of life-changing income. I walked away from my job 8 days ago. I walked into my manager's office and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I want to go home to my children. I want to go home to my husband. I've been building something on the side, and it tripled my income of what I've been earning here, where I've been sacrificing 50 hours a week, and I can't do it anymore. Here's my resignation. And I've come home. It's been 8 days that I've been home. 5 of the last 8 days, spent 3 days at conference, 2 days traveling to help my team up in Oklahoma. And it is the most fulfilled, fun, rewarding last 5 days that I have had in the last year. And I'm so grateful. I didn't allow my excuses to keep me from moving forward. And I encourage you to not let your excuses are probably the reason why you need to do it most. And do not turn a blind eye to what could absolutely be the life changing and saving opportunity that's waiting